Good morning, this is Judith Desjardins in Santa Monica, and I wanted to welcome you into my therapy space where I work with private practice clients. I have carefully constructed a space that is calming and soothing and positive, that will be a place where my clients can come and talk about the various emotions and problems that they're struggling with. I've been thinking about different kinds of emotions, and today I'd like to share my thoughts about anxiety. Anxiety is a fear-based disorder where usually people have very active minds, and their minds are always going toward the future, expecting dreadful things to happen, and then they have to come up with all kinds of plan A, B, C, D to solve these imaginary problems that they're going to have. And what happens is that they spend all their time in their head, and they're cut off from the neck down. They don't really know what's going on in their heart, their tummy, their spirit, the rest of their body. People can also create anxiety by going into the past and thinking over and over again about things they feel guilty about, mistakes they made, feeling shamed. And what happens is that if the people spend too much time doing this every day, they throw their body into a fight, flight, immobilization response where they start developing very severe symptoms like rapid heartbeat, palpitations, feeling of choking or smothering, chills or hot flushes, tingling feelings, loss of reality. These symptoms can be so severe that they oftentimes feel like they're having a heart attack, and they rush to the emergency room only to be told, no, this is not a heart attack, but you are having a panic attack. So I was thinking about how I used to educate clients about anxiety, that they need to stay in present time, in the current moment, get out of their heads, stop torturing themselves with fearful scenarios, and practice being in the moment, trusting that they had wisdom inside of themselves, relaxing their body. I would teach them all different kinds of techniques to be in the moment, to reduce anxiety. And then we got hit with COVID-19. And I realized that that's been a game changer in terms of anxiety, because now people are not having anxiety because they're worried about the future and the past. It's more like they're worried about everyday living. We are bombarded with frightening, heartbreaking stories on the news, deaths, thousands of people infected with the virus, countries on lockdown, scarcity of food and supplies, all of those things. And so it's not in your head anymore, it's in the environment. COVID-19 is invisible to the eye, but it is threatening to end our very lives. So I wanted to tell you that it's normal right now to be having anxiety. If you've never had it before, I want you to understand that it will cause you problems, trouble sleeping, trouble thinking, sore muscles, fatigue, It can also bring up feelings of depression. So this is definitely something we want to be aware of, and I want to give you some quick tips about how you could deal with your current anxiety. First of all, you have to be very gentle with yourself and say that all the emotions I'm having right now with COVID-19 are normal and realistic, and to be gentle with yourself and accept them as reactions to the uncertain times that we're living in. And then I want to show you that the best 911 way to help yourself with anxiety is by deep abdominal breathing. The reason that's important is anxiety throws you in that fight, flight, immobilization reaction where you have rapid heartbeat, adrenaline and stress cortisol is running through your body. You feel like you want to run away or fight. Sometimes you're so overwhelmed that you just break down and can't do anything at all. And this really taxes our immune systems. The immune system can't help us avoid the COVID-19 if it's stressed out every day, which it is because of the reality of what we're dealing with. So the best 911, as I said, is relaxed breathing. And so I want to give a little demo of how you can do relaxed breathing. If you put your left hand over your tummy, your right hand over the left, and start with a sort of empty abdomen, and we're going to count and breathe out as if we're a ball that is going to inflate as we inhale, and as we exhale it's going to go inward. So we would go breathing out 1, 2, 3, 4, holding 2, 3, 4, exhaling in 2, 3, 4, breathing out 2, 3, 4, holding 2, 3, 4, exhaling in 2, 3, 4. Now what's important about that is that it reverses the fight, flight, immobilization response, and it calms your body down. It returns your heart to a resting heart rate. It relaxes your muscles, your breathing, and it enables and energizes the immune system so that it can keep us healthy and resistant to the virus. Some other techniques I teach my clients are the positive effects of journaling your emotions. You can use anything as a journal. This is one that I chose because it's beautiful, but from day to day I would just write whatever emotions are coming up. Emotions, I write down notations about how my body is feeling, my fears, nightmares. I've had several nightmares during this pandemic that have a recurrent theme of being invaded. My property is invaded. My person is being invaded. It's about the virus coming into my life and scaring me, and my dreams show me that I've been more scared than I was willing to admit to myself. Another thing I do with my clients is have them draw their feelings using a variety of art supplies where they are not, they're choosing to draw something unconsciously. They're not really thinking about it. It's coming from deep inside of them, and it shows them how they're feeling. And then I usually have them turn it over and write about what the drawing was telling them. This is another excellent way to get your feelings out, to see how you're doing. It's very important in these days that we are self-aware, because we are ultimately responsible for our own protection and our own survival. If our bodies are filled with stress, if we're frightened, every place we go, every day we wake up, every night as we go to sleep, we're going to have a hard time maintaining a healthy immune system, and we need that. So I hope I gave you something to think about today. Remember to honor all of your feelings and your emotions. You can come up with your own creative way to decrease the stress, to stay in the moment, to observe the beauty around you, to be thankful that we're alive and breathing today and capable of enjoying ourselves if we switch our focus from the negative and the anxious to a sense of peace and hopefulness. So I bless you from Santa Monica, and thank you for visiting.